Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's plea for a unified European army was met with cold dismissal by Poland, his staunch ally, leaving him to confront the harsh reality that Europe would not rise to his call for collective defense against Russian aggression. On February 15th, Zelensky made a bold appeal at the Munich Security Conference, urging Europe to form a unified army to counter Russian advances and fill the void left by a potential withdrawal of US support.
Let's be honest, now we can't rule out the possibility that America might say no to Europe on issues that threaten it. Many leaders have talked about Europe that needs its own military, an army of Europe. And I really believe that time has come. The armed forces of Europe must be created.
However, Poland's Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski swiftly dismissed the proposal, underscoring that such a force would not materialize within the European Union's current structure. Speaking on local television, Sikorski clarified that a unified European army was an impractical idea. We should be careful with this term because people understand different things, he said. The Polish diplomat reaffirmed that unifying national armies across Europe was unrealistic, emphasizing Poland's commitment to NATO's defense of the eastern flank.
If you understand by it the unification of national armies, it will not happen. But I have been an advocate for Europe, for the European Union, to develop its own defense capabilities. If the US wants us to step up in defense, it should have a national component, a NATO component. But I also believe a European EU component, EU subsidies for the defense industry to build up our capacity to produce, but also an EU force worthy of its name.
Sikorski also reiterated that Poland would not consider deploying its troops to Ukraine, pointing out that Poland's duty was to protect its own territory as part of NATO. At the Munich conference, Sikorski also addressed US credibility, highlighting President Joe Biden's 2022 visit to Kyiv, which underscored Washington's steadfast commitment to Ukraine's independence.
Joe Biden was your successor and predecessor, but he planted the flag of the United States in downtown Kyiv and declared on behalf of the United States that the US will be with Ukraine for as long as it takes until Ukraine secures its independence. Therefore, the credibility of the United States depends on how this war ends. Not just the Trump administration, the United States itself.
Poland's firm refusal to send troops to Ukraine or to engage in a broader European military intervention underscores the limits of Europe's willingness to take on greater responsibility in the ongoing conflict. For Zelensky, whose appeal for stronger European support has been growing, this rejection represents another significant setback in his efforts to secure Ukraine's future amidst the relentless war.